Hi, friends. This is a practice just to break up your day. If you've been seated a little bit too long, this will get you up, get you into your hamstrings, get you into your body, and just get you feeling good all over. So, you want to grab one block or one kind of thick book and a chair. So, I grabbed this chair that's pretty easy to move, but also very sturdy. So, once you have those things, we'll get started. So, let's come up into standing. You've got your chair, so we're gonna bring the chair onto the mat, and you can bring it towards the top end and let the high side be closest to you. And then you're just gonna kind of eyeball it. Check that your toes are pointing forward and your heels are slightly out. So those second toes are in line with the eyes of your kneecap. So you're not pigeon-toed or rotated out, but you're just with that nice alignment. And then you're just gonna bring the hands to the back of the chair, and you have a little bit of sturdiness here, little bend to the knees, and then feel the hips pressing back. So you're just kind of finding that alignment to start out. Nice ease in the lower back here. Pressing to the heels, maybe lift all 10 toes and then just place them down one at a time. And then feel that connection of the bases of the feet into the floor. And then you might find this is plenty for you getting into the hamstrings. You feel those sits bones lifting up and then pressing away as the heels press down. And you feel that connection to the back of your hamstrings, upper hamstrings, and then lower hamstrings, nice and easy through the back of the knees. So this could be it for you, and this feels really yummy. If you have a little bit more flexibility, maybe you want to step those feet back. Check that your alignment's still intact, so toes forward, heels slightly hidden from your sight as you tip the torso down, and then you just come into a nice inverted L shape. Feet can be a little wider than the hips or just about hip width. So if it's the first one and you're kind of starting out your day, it's still relatively early, maybe you just want to give yourself some ease with space. Palms press into the back of your chair and just where it's comfortable. Nice length through the arms. And then sometimes I like to just melt the heart down so you get that nice stretch through the upper back and kind of shake out the head and the neck. Feel a release in and around the torso, the upper back. You can send your gaze to the feet and just root the heels, root the balls of the feet, and then you feel the tip of the sits bones up. So you feel that kind of lift of the upper hamstrings, lift of the sits bones, pressing down into the heels. If you have a tendency to hyperextend or you're double jointed in the knees, keep a suppleness to the knees here so you stay active in the muscle. Stable in the bones, but nice and active in the muscles. And give yourself another head shake, another breath. And then inhale, bring it up. You're going to walk the feet in together so big toes will touch. And then you'll step 1 foot forward and then 1 foot back. Doesn't matter which side, just kind of whichever side you went towards. Root both heels down and then begin to tip the torso once again. Hug the outer hips in together. Right hip pulls back, left hip maybe slightly forward. And you get that lengthening through maybe the pinky edges of the arms. And then you feel that tipping of the torso down. At the same time, you're going to feel that right quad lift up. So you're kind of lifting and extending the right quad towards the right hip, rooting the right heel down, right big toe down. So you get a nice little activity into the calf as well. If you need more length, you can always just kind of walk it back. I find sometimes my torso is a little bit longer than than I thought. And then the same thing, just press into the right big toe, feel that right hip moving up and back, get into the juiciness of that right hamstring, upper hamstring. Breathe deep into the belly. Inhale, bring it up, and then just swap it out. So left foot forward or right foot, whichever side that is the opposite for you. And then take that same little pyramid variation, using your prop, using your chair for stability. So if you've been sitting at a desk, maybe a home desk or a work desk, or if you've just been kind of hanging out on the sofa, just hop up and use that seat that you've been sitting in as your prop. It's a nice gentle stretch through the body just to alleviate any stagnant energy. And you feel the lift of the quad of that front leg up towards the hip. Press into the big toe. Feel the tip of the tailbone and that left sits bone drawing up as the big toe presses down. Good, and then inhale, you're going to come up, and then we'll take it back into the hamstring. So this time, if the feet were wider than the hip width, maybe you go hip width. Check that the toes are lined in with each other, press into the heels, and then extend to the torso. So just hovering, just parallel to the floor, root into the feet, and then maybe you feel that lift of the sits bones up. So very similar to your sensations in down dog. Get that lengthening through the hamstrings. And then just allow yourself to feel into any sensations that you start to notice. Maybe you close your eyes so the gaze is just deep within and below the surface of your skin. Deep belly breaths. And inhale up. And then we'll step the right foot forward, left foot back, and just find a lunge here. And you use the chair to kind of press yourself off of. You can take a nice long stride, just whatever gets you into that back calf, and just feel the nice easy stretch for the left calf. Good, and then you're gonna step the right foot back slightly, bend to the right knee, left ankle onto that right thigh, and we're just gonna take a nice hip stretch here. You can flex the left foot, you can sit lower. And then left foot's going to step down, right foot's going to move back, and we'll take a nice lunge. Might have to move forward slightly, just ease out of my room space. Good, and then just here, a nice deep lunge, and you're breathing into the back calf. And the sweet part of this practice is you don't have to overthink it. You just allow yourself just to be in this space, a little mini break for yourself, for your body. And you don't have to be in yoga clothes to do this either. You could be in just jeans and a t-shirt or nice slacks, whatever. You don't have to overthink anything. Your body's able just to move within your space here gently enough. Good, and then you'll step it forward. You can step that left foot back, cross, sit low. And then you're not super weight bearing in the hands. You just have it there for stability and assurances. And you can flex the foot or point the toe, whatever feels good. You can sit a little deeper. And feel that right knee peeling down so you get into that external of the hip. Good, come up. And then this is where you want to grab for one of your blocks. So whichever block or big book that you have, move it slightly back. And then you're going to place the ball of the right foot on that block that you have. Use the hands on the chair. Step the left foot back. So the same idea as pyramid pose here, but you're adding in a pretty deep calf stretch. So fill it out. If this is too much, you can also just roll a towel and place it underneath the foot, or if you have a less thick book, you can do that as well. So square the hips off, press into both heels, and then you can begin to release the torso towards the earth. And a couple rounds of breath, just nice and easy. Shake any tension out that you feel stirring up. Keep lifting that right quad, keep pressing the right heel. I try to remind myself not to grip, let go of any intensity, and just let the sensations swirl around. Good. Inhale brings you up. And then we'll go ahead and just transition. You're going to step the right foot onto your block. Begin to elevate here. You can float that left foot just high. You can take it to the calf. You can take it to the inseam of the leg. And then you can keep the hand on the chair, a little bit of stability here, but you're challenging yourself with balance because you've now brought yourself about a couple inches off the floor. And then if you feel good here, you can bring the palms together for a nice added challenge. So the thing I love about balance poses is your body's constantly realigning and finding that balance. So when you kind of bring yourself out of the usual into an unusual sort of positioning or elevation for the body, it really challenges you to connect inwards and align all the different points of the body. And it's hard to stress and overthink when you do this. So just let yourself be here, be free. You can extend the arms up, out, whatever kind of feels good for the body. I like to sometimes bring it just to the palms. Palms together to the heart, just tapping into the heart space. You can kind of rest the hands, give it a little love tap. Any variation. And then just feel the hips opening. So your tree pose is a nice hip opener as well. Good. When you had enough, you can give it a little shake out, step down, bring the left foot, ball of the foot to your block. Hop the right foot back, square the hips, lean out and over. And then this is a fun practice you can do with others. You can do by yourself if you need a moment. If you have kids, it's kind of fun playing around with the kids and let them challenge themselves. You can do this against the wall for them and with the chair for you, whatever you feel comfortable with. But just allow yourself to get into your body in a really easy way. So keep extending through the torso, let the belly sink down. Left sits bone, you feel that kind of lift of the sits bone, that upper left glute kind of lifts up, left quad lifts up. And you're just using the right leg for stability at this point. Relax the hands and the jaw. Good. And then we'll transition. So I don't want to face away from you, so I'm just going to spin my chair around here. Left foot's going to press down. You float the right leg just as high. This might be good for you just to kind of hang out here, or if you want to bring the foot to the inseam of the leg on the calf, or maybe you track it up to the inner thigh. Just make sure it's not on the knee joint. The pants are a little slick. And then this is good. You can just hang out here. This might feel really nice. You can bring the palms of the hands together if that feels good. You can keep a hand on the chair, maybe reach one arm up. And just feel that lift through the body, no matter what direction you've kind of taken this into. Just feel a nice elevation for the body. And let it feel good to float for a moment or two here. If you're somebody that's go, 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 always wanting to kind of push through and power and do all the like movement things, sometimes coming into stillness and playing with your balance can be a really beautiful challenge for yourself. Good, and then we'll go ahead and release, shake it out. Shake it out here. Set your block to the side. And then we'll take that hamstring stretch that we started with. So just finishing as we started. Take your space, toes point forward. You check that the second toe, so toe next to your big toe, is lined up to the eye of your kneecap. Heels press down, arms extend, relax them on the back of the chair. Heels press down, seat lifts up. And then you just find your edge, a few rounds of breath. So you're getting the shoulders here, you're getting the hamstrings. The full body stretch feels good. And good. Inhale up. And then you're welcome to do Shavasana. Maybe you want to just sit on your chair and take meditation. If you want to come down into proper Shavasana with the arms and the legs and everything extended, I'm just going to finish with a seated meditation. So whatever final resting pose you want for your practice, if you've kind of been seated earlier in the day and you kind of use this to break up that sort of stagnancy, maybe you want to lay on your belly and do the palms here. So feel whatever it is that you need for your practice, and we'll just wrap it out with a few moments of just release, relax, and stillness. Begin to deepen your breath. Do you want to transition to a comfortable seat? And bringing the palms together to your heart space. And bowing the chin to the chest. And honoring yourself for a moment here. I want to thank you for allowing me to guide you through this short but sweet practice just to break up your day. Namaste.